Hi, my name is Landy Solorzano, and I am a CTEC alumni. I just came to chat about a couple things in education. I was a first cohort at CTEC, and just a little bit about myself. I'm one of six siblings. I have always had a passion for education, and all my siblings that pursued higher ed went to UNCC, so it's kind of been within the family. My parents as well also got their master's and bachelor's from UNCC. So that's just a little bit of information about myself. Overall, I wanted to go into education because I saw the impact that my parents had on other people, and I thought it was super duper important. Growing up, I went to my mom's school that she taught, and so seeing the impact that she had on the Hispanic community as a Hispanic person was super important to see how beneficial it was to have somebody that you could trust at a school. And then further along, like my dad is a teacher, a middle school math teacher, and so seeing him impact adolescents and seeing the difference within the age range was super super cool for me as I continue to grow up. I thought that it was super important to go into education because I know a lot of people spend more time in spend more time in their classrooms, spend more time at school, spend more time overall just with teachers. And so I thought about the impact that teachers can have on students and how positive it can be. And honestly, for some students, it's super important for them to just develop a connection with their teachers. I also just think that education is super important. I think especially in our time and age with the difference in technology, the difference in perspectives and the types of conversations that we're having overall are just super beneficial to the classroom. When I think about the pros and cons of education, I think there's definitely things to consider. Me, myself, when I was continuing to pursue my education or pursue my degree, I thought it was like some things that I heavily weighed was the salary that teachers get. And I know that it's not the best, but there are alternative things that you can do as an educator. You can always coach, you can do clubs after school. Some teachers have second jobs, or some teachers do online school as well. And so I know it's not ideal, but overall, those are some things that you can do if you need the additional money. Luckily, I'm in a place where I don't need the additional money right now, but as you continue to go through education, especially in North Carolina, the starting salary continues to build up, and so that's something that we definitely are advocating for as educators, is continuing to make sure that we are pushing, protesting, voicing our opinions about our pay and how livable it is. I do think some of the pros are the amount of relationships that you develop, the connections that you develop throughout education. Whether you're at one school, you might know somebody from another. A prime example is Mr. Miller, who is my principal now at this school, used to be the facilitator or dean of students at CTEC when I was at CTEC. So the reason that I'm actually working here is because he reached out to me when I finished my degree. And I was able to become a teacher here. So that's just a prime example of like how great connections can be and how it can take you different places. You can always also continue your education. I'm currently doing my master's in secondary ed, but my goal is to become an administrator or go into central district for literacy intervention. So those are some things that you can continue to do as you go through wanting to become a teacher or wanting to get into the educational field. Another pro is definitely a schedule. I know summer sucks a little bit because we don't get paid, but my school goes in at 7:30 and we're done at 2:55, and so getting home like around 3:30, 3:45 is super, super great for me, and I know that that's not everybody else's schedule. Having weekends off, spending holidays with family, those are some of the benefits that you get with being in education. I feel like I never wanted to teach middle school, and now I teach 7th grade English, but understanding where students come from in a different time frame is just super super cool. Like I've developed a relationship with some really good cool kids, and seeing like how their lives are at home and how they've been impacted, and then coming to school and having a different perspective is just really inspiring and motivational. Yeah, my CTEC journey, I was in the first cohort. We were kind of treated like the guinea pigs, so we learned a lot. They learned a lot through us. And it was very, very, we were in the basement is what we called it. It was like the bottom level of the education building. And so seeing where it's at now is just super cool. Seeing how Mr. Bailey is still doing kind of Q&As and this class is still going is just super fun. So I wish you guys the best, and I hope you guys pursue education. If you have any questions or if you want to tour a school or see me in my classroom, I'm more than welcome to help.